Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for November 22, 2023. And in the news this evening, cops gunned down person of interest in Salt Spring double murder. A man who was listed as a person of interest in connection with a recent double murder in Salt Spring, St. James, was shot and killed during a joint police operation at his alleged hideaway in St. Mary. The deceased man has been identified as Odane Barrett, also known as a Jungle, of Bird Hill Megitop in Salt Spring, St. James. The intelligence-led operation consisted of lawmen from St. James and the Area 2 Operations Support Team, who reportedly found Barrett in Mason Hall, St. Mary, during the early hours of Wednesday. Reports are that during the operation, Barrett engaged the officers with a gunfire, which was returned. He sustained injuries and, despite prompt medical attention and transportation to Port Maria Hospital, was pronounced dead, the police said. The Jamaica Constabulary Force said in a statement that the operation is significant in the face of the state of public emergency, which was implemented earlier this month. This operation is a significant marker in our ongoing efforts under the recently implemented state of public emergency in the parish of St. James. The initiative has already yielded positive results, underscoring our commitment to combating crime and enhancing safety for all citizens. Since the start of the SOE, there has been no major crimes reported in the St. James Division, the JCF said. The Jamaica Constabulary Force remains steadfast in its mission. Moving forward, the St. James Police will intensify operational activities to intensify, apprehend, and bring to justice other individuals who contribute to violence and instability in the community. The SOE was declared following several murders, including the deaths of 2 students in the parish. On November 6, 7-year-old Justin Perry and the 9-year-old Nakalava Smith, both students, and Tevin Hale, otherwise called Bansell, 26, was shot dead when a gunman opened fire on a taxi they were in. Police believe Hill was the intended target of the gunman. A week earlier, on October 26, students of Salt Spring Primary School were left traumatized by the shooting deaths of 22-year-old Imani Jarrett and her common-law husband, 30-year-old Odane Smith. According to the police, armed thugs intercepted a taxi, removed the couple, and opened fire, killing both of them. Just a mere hours later, Anthony Forbes was shot and killed while at home with his son. His son was injured during the attack, which saw assailants kicking in the door to their dwelling. The police are asking for residents of Salt Spring to cooperate with the police as they work together to maintain law and order in our society. Members of the public who would want to share any information they believe may be helpful to investigations can call the police emergency at 119, Crime Stop at 311, the NIB tip line at 811, or the nearest police station. 4 men accused of stealing a motor car granted bail. 4 men charged with the larceny of a motor car were each granted bail in the sum of $250,000 when they appeared in the St. Catherine Parish Court on Wednesday. They are Romaine Crossdale, Stephen Fullwood, Dwayne Moody, and Andre Carter, all of St. Anne addresses. When the matter came up before Parish Court Judge Janelle Nelson Gale, they were granted bail on condition that they stay away from the complainant, surrender travel documents, and reappear in court on February 8, 2024. It is alleged that on October 6, the complainant parked a 2017 Toyota Probox motor car at a shopping center in Old Harbor, St. Catherine. He went to lunch, and upon his return, the vehicle was missing. A report was made to the Old Harbor Police and an investigation launched. The vehicle was subsequently discovered at a quarry in Golden Grove District in St. Anne. The investigation resulted in the arrest and the subsequent charge of all 4 men. Bail extended for St. Catherine businessman on multiple charges. A licensed firearm holder who was held with more ammunition than he is legally allowed got an extension of his bail until January 16, 2024, when he appeared in the St. Catherine Parish Court on Wednesday. The St. Catherine businessman Raul Harris is charged with stockpiling ammunition, negligent storage of ammunition, driving a vehicle without headlights, and uttering forged documents. Attorney Andrew Graham, who represented the accused, told Parish Court Judge Annette Austin that he needed to get more instructions to proceed. The matter was then postponed to allow for completion of the Crown's file. It is alleged that the police stopped a vehicle driven by Harris which had lighting defects. Harris allegedly presented a driver's license which turned out to be fake. Further checks revealed that he was a licensed firearm holder. The police then proceeded to his home where checks were made and the 276 rounds of 12-gauge cartridges were found. This was 26 more than he can legally have in his possession. Harris was subsequently arrested and charged. Integrity Commission submits 4 investigation reports to Parliament. The country's single anti-corruption body has sent 4 investigation reports to Parliament for tabling. At the same time, the Integrity Commission has also submitted to Parliament indicative rulings from the Director of Corruption Prosecutions, Keisha Prince Kamika, for tabling. In a news release, the Commission said the investigation reports and indicative rulings were sent to Parliament today. The agency said the documents were formally received and signed for at the Parliament at 1:50 p.m. The Integrity Commission says it anticipates that its investigation reports, which were submitted pursuant to and in conformance with Section 54 of the Integrity Commission Act, together with the associated indicative rulings, will be tabled in both houses of Parliament as soon as possible. Hard copies of the investigation reports were submitted in separate envelopes under cover of identical letters addressed to the Speaker of the House, Juliet Holness, President of the Senate, Tom Tavares Finson, and the Clerk to the Houses of Parliament, Valerie Curtis. The indicative rulings were also similarly addressed and submitted in separate envelopes. A USB flash drive with PDF electronic copies of all documentation submitted was also conveyed. 89 PPV operators charged for price gouging passengers. Minister of Science, Energy and Technology Darrell Vaz has revealed that approximately 89 taxi operators have so far been charged after being accused of overcharging passengers. This aligns with the Transport Authority's efforts to enhance measures addressing the overcharging of fares by public passenger vehicle operators following a 19% increase in PPV fares in October. Speaking at Wednesday's post-cabinet press briefing, the minister stated that these arrests are part of the government's plan to take back the roads from the rogues. There has been an increase and it is going to be sustained, both in terms of the overcharging, which obviously has been an issue, and of course the discipline on the roads. So Operation Transport Streamline continues, which is a collaboration between the Transport Authority and the Traffic Police, and it's all island, Vaz said. I think the last update I got was 89 persons that have been charged for overcharging. And of course, traffic tickets are on the increase, especially among the public passenger transport operators, he went on to say. In October, over 60 people were charged for overcharging passengers, with the authority revealing that it has executed more than 90 operations since the fare increase took effect. Transport Authority Managing Director Ralston Smith had revealed at that time 165 complaints were submitted to the Transport Authority's newly established database, and 145 have been resolved, while the remaining complaints are under investigation. Search continues for missing teen in Westmoreland River as a fishermen protest. The search continues for 18-year-old Juni Jr. McCoy, who authorities believed drowned after he ran into difficulties while swimming with friends at the Cabarita River in Big Bridge, Little London in Westmoreland on Monday evening. Deputy Superintendent of Police Sean J. Mitchell said the cops have been providing support to find McCoy's body in the river, but there were some challenges on Wednesday which hampered the members of the Coast Guard from diving. The police are here. We have conducted some search operations. We have sent for an independent diver who is willing to go into the river and conduct further searches. Members of the Coast Guard were here earlier today and provided some support, but unfortunately were unable to dive based on the current circumstances in the area. The Marine Police also provided some support yesterday and will continue the ongoing search for this young man, DSP Mitchell said. The circumstance that Mitchell is referring to is a small roadblock that fishermen in the area mounted, demanding that authorities continue to search for McCoy's body in the river, as they believe that should the body remain missing, the livelihood of the fisherfolk will be affected.
Right. My name is Deputy Superintendent Sean J. Mitchell. I'm the Zone 4 Commander, comprising Little London and Negril. Today, the police are continuing their search efforts for a young man who is suspected to have drowned in the river here at Big Bridge, Little London. Young man, Janae McCoy, 18 years old, suspected to have drowned after going for a swim in the river sometime on Monday. The police are here. We are conducting some search operations. We've sent for independent diver who is willing to go inside of the river and conduct further searches. Members of the Coast Guard were here earlier today and provided some support, but unfortunately we're unable to dive based on the current circumstances in the area. The Marine Police also provided some support yesterday, and we'll continue the ongoing search for this young man. Right, so residents here mounted a small roadblock this morning in support of continuing search operations. So the police, we've been here with the residents, we've been providing the support. So we just want to urge residents to be patient and allow us to conduct the operations. This type of search and rescue operation has to be done strategically, and we have to ensure that we follow protocols, we follow the advice of persons who are experts in the area. Now, when the independent diver gets here, then we'll continue the search operation. Hopefully that we'll come up with something today.